Page 197, thank you. Okay. It's going to be very short, this one. So we're going to go to the bottom of the page. We're going to look at A here. What if you have a negative number in front of the first term? Do we like negatives? We don't hate them, but we'd prefer not to have them. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out a -1. Okay? The -1 is going to be pulled out. When you pull out a negative, whatever number you pull out, you divide by it. Okay, yes, it's snowing. You've only got 30 minutes of class left, okay? -1. So we divide every term by -1. What does that essentially do to all the signs? Well, it flips all the signs, right? If it's positive, it becomes negative. So the first term, a squared becomes, or -a squared becomes a squared. The second term becomes positive 6a, and 27 becomes -27. It is on page 197. Now that it's a positive number in front of the a squared, we can factor it as before. So what multiplies to -27 and adds to 6? Sorry, what? One of them will be, yes. Thanks for narrowing that down. What is it? 9 and -3. A plus 9, a minus 3. But remember, you've got that -1 hanging out in the front there. You have to put it there. All right? If there is a negative, you need to factor out -1, okay? If your leading coefficient is negative. We're going to do one other example, and then we're done. So next page, page 198, please. Here we go. X squared plus 13xy plus 30y squared. The only difference with this is we now have x's and y's in the question, okay? The process is the same. Just look at this number and look at this number. So what multiplies to 30 and adds to 13? 10 and 3. So because we have x's and y's, you just have to have x's at the front, like we always have, but you have to have y's at the back. Okay? The numbers are still the same. I'll show you in a sec. So we said 10 and 3, so it's going to be x plus 10y, x plus 3y. And the reason you have the y's at the back is because if I FOIL this, what's 10y times 3y? 30y squared, which is that. Okay, that's why you need the y's at the back. All right, so let's look at B. All right, cool. We have x's and y's, so we know our brackets are going to be have an x at the front and a y at the back. And then we're asking ourselves what multiplies to -72 and adds to +71. Quote Jaden, 1 will be negative. -72 and -1. So plus 72 and -1. You don't even have to write the -1 if you don't want to, but it's there. All right, final example for today, and then you can stare at the snow. That is, if it continues at this rate, we might get 0.5 millimeter in the next 24 hours. All right, C. We have a leading number that is not 1. So what do we need to do? So you pull out the 3. Okay. What is left on the inside here? You divide each thing by 3, right? So a squared, what's 15 divided by 3? So 5ab, 252 divided by 3, anybody? If you said 84. Okay, so we pulled the 3 out. Now, this is just like the other two, except we have a's and b's instead of x's and y's. So we know that we're going to have brackets with it start with an a and finish with a b. You just have to ask yourself, what multiplies to 84 and adds to 5? I will give you better numbers than this. Any clue? I don't know. 12 and 7. Which one's negative? 12. You know why it's 12? How you can tell? The bigger number has to be negative because when you add them, you get a negative in the middle. But, all right. If you have a negative in front, factor out the negative. It flips all the signs. Then do your regular factoring. If you have a number other than 1 in the front, factor it out. Then do your regular factoring. If you have x's and y's or a's and b's, you just have to incorporate both of those into your brackets. Okay? Are we okay? All right. Here's what we're doing. Here's what you're doing. I've done all these questions. Number 4. 4a to d. And number 6 a to d. Again, if you do them all, that's good because it's just extra practice.